We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Welcome to the 2023 Dakar Rally edition of the Chasing Waypoints podcast. Bringing you daily updates as competitors take on over 5,000 miles in 15 days across the Arabian Peninsula. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any updates. And if you haven't already, make sure to follow us on Instagram at Chasing Waypoints for more updates and news from the bivouac. That being said, let's get to it. All right, what's going on, guys? Good morning. Stage number 6 going off overnight. And it sounds like there was some fun going on. There was some fun to be had. I was just watching the recap videos and all that. And results show, right? Results show. And then tonight we'll be on the road, but I will get you guys the stage preview. I got my stuff to do it. Coming to you live from a hotel room or wherever we're going to be. So I'll figure it out. Don't worry. I got you. Okay, so stage number 6 went off overnight and had been modified. If you guys heard the last episode and talking about the stage preview, we did 918 kilometers. They changed it up a little bit, added a few more KMs to it, specifically from 877, about 50 kilometers to it. So 6 times 5, 30, about 30 miles. So not that big a deal, but man, at this point, I think every mile counts, especially yesterday with such a long stage, a long day, coupled by or joined by several long days before that. So almost to the rest day. Today's stage 6, or last night while we were sleeping here on the West Coast, these guys were out there racing. That went off. We've got stage 7 coming up tonight, and then stage 8 tomorrow night, and that will be the rest day after that. So Monday, the 9th, which for us over here, they're on the opposite right now, local time in Riyadh, and we're getting situated here is early in the morning. It is 4:43 in the afternoon in Riyadh. It is 5:43 in the morning here in San Diego. So just to kind of give you guys an idea right now, but that is the local time right now in Saudi Arabia. All right, so watching some of the recap videos on the near live section of the Dakar Rally app. If you guys aren't checking that out, that's a lot of good information, some really cool videos. A couple videos in there showing, let's see, one, the guy's trying to stay warm sitting around the campfire. So it's not what you would expect. You know, I would think there would be like maybe warmer temperatures, but it sounds like it's kind of been a little bit chilly in the mornings. And then also, well, I guess then also doing 100 plus mile liaison bright early in the morning, 4 a.m., I don't care what part of the country you're in, that's probably pretty chilly. Well, if you're back east, it's exceptionally chilly. Anyway, so saw those videos, got to see some of the action of it. It looks like on the sand, I think the rain really did these guys a favor. Having rain the nights before, I think it was at least the one night before, but the sand looks so pristine, and you can see as they're digging up and they're getting through there, it's just wet sand. So I think that's making it a little bit easier on the guys, where if it was the sugar sand or just powdery, it would be a lot more difficult, especially for the guys that are not as versed in riding in the sand, or that's not their strong suit. I think this is definitely going to suit them. One of the bigger things, too, is seeing the speed that they're able to carry into the corners and being able to kind of maneuver these bikes through these through the terrain as much. It looks a lot easier, right? I say that from 7,000 miles away. In a room with a heater in it, and I'm not worried about being cold. So that is definitely a challenge for them. Still doesn't mean the navigation gets any easier. I did watch one of those videos. You can see, I believe it was Toby Price. Let me scroll through there here. No, too far. Let's see. Matthias Wagner going through the dunes. And so what's interesting about that one is that you can see, we've talked a bit about starting a little bit further back and the ability to have lines to pick from. And you can see from the helicopter shot, you see where the road kind of splits and you can see some tracks kind of headed straight and then going around, and then you can see the tracks towards the inside of it and just kind of like cutting up and over onto one side of the dune. So you can literally see where having tracks in front of you makes a big difference. The front runners probably went up and around, and the guys behind started kind of picked up on that and then just started cutting across. So, I mean, it doesn't seem like much, but that's just one corner across so many kilometers or so many miles that they're going to be racing. But do that a few times, and now you're starting to make up seconds. And sometimes that maybe, getting to the top of that dune that way was a little bit more difficult. So not only is it not just a distance thing, but it's also a difficulty thing. So we saw that. If you guys watched the recap videos, you saw that from the Audi trying to make it up this hill. This was the whole debate with them being granted 11 more horsepower for their e-tron vehicle versus, Nasser Al-Attiyah running his T1 Plus vehicle. So the overall, obviously, that makes it a little bit difficult. It makes it a disadvantage to him, I believe, is what he's seeing, is that, they're just giving horsepower away. But, we'll see. It looks like, from the recap videos, it looks like Petter Hansel had a pretty big off. Not sure if he was able to continue, but that's on the car stuff. I'm covering the bikes. So we'll talk a little bit more about the bikes, and maybe we'll bring in the cars a little bit later. But anyway, so that is kind of the stage that it was. I mean, we knew it was going to be a lot of sand, and I mean, it did not disappoint. It did look pretty awesome, though, I will say. All right, so let's see here. View more standings. Let's go. No, don't take me. I don't need to go to the map. I need to go to the standings. All right, stage results. Now, it is early in the morning. It is still 4 in the afternoon over there. So that means that there still could be changes to this. So I'm going to go ahead and call it and say that these are unofficially the stage results at the moment. I can tell you right now it is probably that, because I don't see all the full time on it. But here's the rundown for stage number 6 of the 2023 Dakar. Luciano Benavides on the Husqvarna factory racing bike, 3 hours, 14 minutes, and 19 seconds. That was your stage winner. Skylar Howes on the Husqvarna factory racing, finishing 56 seconds behind him. And then it's going to be Toby Price in the number 3 spot, finishing 2 minutes and 20 seconds behind the leader. John Beretta Bort in the 4th spot, 2 minutes and 29 seconds behind the leader on the Monster Energy JB team. And then it is Kevin Benavides on the Red Bull KTM factory racing bike, 2 minutes 41 seconds, followed by Pablo Quintanilla, Monster Energy Honda team, 2 minutes and 52 seconds from the leader. And then let's see, we've got Daniel Sanders in the number 7 spot on the Red Bull Gas factory racing bike, 3 minutes behind. So 7 bikes, 3 minutes dividing the 7 bikes. It is a stacked field. Nacho Cornejo in the number 8 spot on the Monster Energy Honda team at 3 minutes and 15 seconds, followed by Stefan Svitko, Slavna Rally team at 3 minutes and 27 seconds. And running out the top 10, Matthias Wagner, Red Bull KTM Factory Racing, 4 minutes and 8 seconds. Okay, so that's even more impressive. 10 bikes, 4 minutes and 8 seconds. This is a stacked field for sure. We did see, mentions here, Aidan Van Beveren, 11th, finishing 4 minutes and 22 seconds back. And then Mason Klein on the BAS World KTM Racing Team, 7 minutes and 30 seconds back. So a little bit further back for Mason Klein than we would have wanted to see, but, and I put that with a big but, exclamation points, underscore, bold letters, italicized, in a huge font. This is not a bad position, I don't think, especially leading out. He's already done it once and capitalized and moved from 11th to 4th for the stage. So he's able to make up that time. It does put a little bit of an effect on the overall results at the moment. But then again, we're barely headed to the halfway point. So it's crazy to think that these guys have already been racing for 6 days, coming up on 7 days, 8 days, and then they're going to take a break and then turn around and do that again. So plenty of rally left to go. Right now, it's about being smart. Right now, it's about being good. So the rest day, I'm sure, will be much needed. I will try and get some time with Mason just to talk briefly about, his what rest day really actually means for him and what is, what his plan is for the rest day. And I feel like I'm going to be Captain Obvious asking that question. But, some people, it's kind of different. Like, at this point, you got to kind of unwind. And if everything has been rally, I think that the big thing is deciding right then and there, how you're going to spend your time, what you're going to do, like what is the most effective use to get back in the game, because when that next stage starts, you're now racing to the finish line. You're not racing to the halfway point. So that should be very interesting for them. Let's check the general standings after stage number 6. Now, remember, we're going to say that these are unofficial because it looks like they are still calculating the results. I haven't seen any updates come through on the Sporty app as well. So we'll see here. So after 6 stages of the 2023 Dakar, your overall leader at the moment is Skylar Howes on the Husqvarna factory racing bike, 2 hours, 31 minutes, and 52 seconds, followed by Toby Price on the Red Bull KTM factory racing bike, 3 minutes and 31 seconds back, followed by Kevin Benavides in the number 3 spot, Red Bull KTM factory racing, 7 minutes and 1 second back. Oh, he was bad. Look at that. 3 minutes worth of penalties. So let's see where that 3 minutes puts him. Minus that is a 4. It literally puts him on Toby Price's toe. So not gaining any positions if he did not have those penalties, but still putting him 3 minutes closer, which right now, I mean, it is an interesting race for sure. Let's see, Beretta 4th. And then let's see, John Beretta 4th on the Monster Energy JB team. You've got 10 minutes, 57 seconds back. Aiden Van Beveren in the number 5 spot, Monster Energy Honda team, 12 minutes and 20 seconds back. Pablo Quintanilla on the Monster Energy Honda team. He is going to be 12 minutes and 22 seconds back. Mason Klein, BAS World KTM Racing team, 12 minutes and 46 seconds back. Followed by Daniel Sanders on the Red Bull Gas Factory Racing, 19 minutes and 54 seconds back. Then you've got Luciano Benavides on the Husqvarna factory racing bike, 24 minutes and 7 seconds back. And Nacho Cornejo on the Monster Energy Honda team, rounding out the top 10, 24 minutes and 23 seconds back. So that is your top 10 currently after stage number 6 overall for the 2023 Dakar Rally. Next, 11th, Matthias Wagner, Luciano Centolino, 12th, Savan Svitko, 13th. Michek 14th, Franco Kami 15th on the Hero, T. Sharina, BAS World 16th, Dumatier 17th, Lucci 18th, BAS. Bart's got some bikes in this thing, man. He's got some horses in this race. Let's see, kind of scrolling down through here and just kind of checking it out. Jacob Argybright, man, look at that. 25th overall at the moment. And what does that look like? All right, let's see. Let's get him. Well, okay. First and foremost, let's talk this. First time at the Dakar Rally. Been doing a ton of training here. So Southern California guy. Hair scrambles, racing, doing his thing up here. Extremely fast on a bike. Very, very, very competitive. Been doing a lot of rally stuff. I watched his navigation. I watched the beginning, how he got started. Doing the navigation, he would post, it was really cool. I mentioned this earlier, but he would post his information, like he would post his route, what he did versus the road book and what the road book said he should have done. And early on, you could see that the mistakes in navigation, the loop that he would do to get back to the point, or like how soon he realized he was off track was, kind of longer, taking some time. But towards the end and right before the Dakar, some of the last ones that he put on, it's like within less than a minute, he knew he was already in the wrong spot, which, was really, really cool to see the progression in the navigation and stuff like that. And putting in that work has gotten him to where he's at now. So not only is he in the top 30 for the 2023 Dakar in the overall standings, he has also not collected a single penalty until this point right now. So I hope I didn't just jinx it, but that is for sure an accomplishment. No speed zone penalties, the waypoints, whatever he's done, but at least no penalties have been done, which is very, very difficult because you have that overall 160 kilometer per hour speed limit on top of all the other speed limits that they put on through the rally, which, I mean, there's some people like, I don't, this is racing, this is not speed limit. Yeah, but there is a certain point to it, so you kind of have to enjoy it, make the best you can of those things, because those are, I guess they could be considered, it's kind of like a little bit of a rest, a little bit of a break, even though mentally you got to be on that buzzer and make sure you're ready, cutting it as close as you can to it, because you also don't want to lose time in the time or in a speed control zone. Then from there, let's see here. All right, so Dust Rally Team, 3 hours, 20 minutes, and 39 seconds back from the leader. And then taking a look, so he is actually from where he's at right now, 25th, to get up to the 23rd spot. He's only 20 minutes and 39 seconds roughly out of that 23rd spot. So still plenty of time to move up the rankings, but hell of a show already, and it's only 6 stages. So we got a lot more to go. So let's keep on scrolling down here. Build the other Hero Motorsports bike, Kami. Let's see here. Scrolling it down. How's everybody doing? Are we we're not even, can you imagine the Dakar hangover after this? Right? That's a real thing. You've covered, you've talked about rally for the last 15 days, and I'm sure these guys were probably ready to get home, but here we are. All right. Peter Velchek, 61st at the moment, 9 hours and 52 minutes and 20 seconds behind the leader. And then we are going to keep scrolling. Let's find our boys. What do we got here? Yes, I do this live. I do not pre-plan, write down my show notes and all of that stuff. I think it's more fun, and then I get to figure out some more stuff. There we go. Top 100 finish. Mo Hart, right now, 93rd in the overall rankings. Team member on the American Rally Originals. Let's see here. Then we keep going down. David Pearson showing 99th. And then Ace Nilsson, 101st, 101. We keep going. Kyle McCoy, 107 in the overall. And we reach the end of this page. So, all right, we've got a lot going on here, but we still got a lot of stages to go. We do not have, let me double check that before I say we do not have, because yesterday, I think this might be the same thing. So if you guys remember yesterday, we talked about it, that there was some changes going on, and it was weird that they didn't already have the stage preview up in the app. Well, it's the same thing this morning, as I don't see the stage preview yet. So we're going to have to split today's episode again into 2 pieces, results right now, and then we'll do the stage rundown tonight. But interesting enough is, they haven't changed it. Now, there was talks that they were going to change the stage for stage number 7. Also, bivouac locations, that was kind of tentative. So I'm curious to see when that gets published. I'm gonna refresh, do my due diligence here. I'm gonna refresh the app and make sure. Let's see, stage 7. Yeah, no. So no information yet on stage number 7, so can't give you guys that rundown. Let's see on bulletins. That one was, they were talking about the... Yeah, they don't have, let's see, no provisional results posted yet. Yeah, these guys, I mean, it's interesting. I mean, I can't imagine the amount of data that they have to process and do at the end of every day, but it's definitely a challenge. So anyway, all right. So that is the rundown right now through stage 6. Coming up tonight is going to be stage number 7. So they are doing a lap around town. So I'll do Wadimi. They're going to do a lap around that. Right now, as it sits, they're talking about 641 kilometers total. So 104 of that is going to be commuting, and 293 of that is going to be racing, and that's in miles. So 473 special stage, 473 kilometers, roughly 293 miles, and then they're going to have a commute of 104 miles to get back to the bivouac or get to the start line. So again, on the stage breakdown, we'll give you guys more info on what that looks like and how that breaks down, and we will go from there. So, all right, guys, in the meantime, don't forget, it'll make sense when you get there. Enjoy the ride. All right, that is the wrap for the Chasing Waypoints podcast this week. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like what you heard. We are available on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and a bunch of others. Also, follow us on social media. You can find us on Facebook under Chasing Waypoints, Instagram Chasing Waypoints _official, and of course, the YouTube under Chasing Waypoints. Hope everybody has a good week. We will see you guys for the next episode. Remember, shiny side up, and don't forget to tag us. We want to see where you guys are riding and what you guys are up to. Have a great week.